Boys, UFC 309, just a few more days away. Now, as you can see, we got another tier list. We're doing the UFC 309 full card tier list. Pretty much, as you can see, we got best, good, mid, bad, and worst. Pretty self-explanatory, except best and worst, there can only be one in that tier list. The rest, we can stack up as many as we need. We got every single fight on this card, 14 in total. Hopefully, I'm recording this ahead of time. Hopefully, nobody pulls out. There's no change in the bouts. There's no change last minute replacements. But that being said, this card has, I don't even know if it has, I guess it kind of has the opportunity to be a fun card, I guess. I don't know. I'm just really disappointed with this card and the fact that it's a pay-per-view. If you haven't watched my rant video, go watch it. If you have, you probably understand why. But with that being said, let's start off with a banger, actually. David Onama, Lucas Almeida. For now, we'll keep it at the best one. I think this is going to be a fun fight. I think Almeida is going to get destroyed this fight. So I think it's going to be a fun fight to watch. David Onama, if it goes all three rounds just destroying Lucas Almeida. But realistically, I think we might see like a highlight reel KO on that David Onama side. I think Onama is just better everywhere than Lucas Almeida, and I think it's just gonna be a fun fight. Let's go down. Jim Miller versus Megamind, and to be honest, like for now I have to put it at worst just because stacked up here it will eventually get moved. But I think this is gonna be a good/mid fight. The only thing is I'm worried about what Jim Miller is gonna look like after getting beat up so bad by Bobby Green at UFC 300. So I'm really concerned of how he's gonna look. He's 41 years old, so taking that kind of damage at 41, not the best. And Damon Jackson, I don't like, there should be no world where Damon Jackson beats Jim Miller, right? But again, we'll have to see. We'll have to find out. I'm going to put it at mid right now, and I'm going to put this one at worst because I think it is slightly worse than that one. I might be tripping with that one, to be honest. I'm switching it back. But Jonathan Martinez, Marcus McGee, I think this is going to be a good, fun fight and a really 50-50 type of matchup. McGee, this is pretty much his only shot to do anything great in that bantamweight division. He's already getting up there in age. If he doesn't get this win over Martinez, I don't think he'll ever get close to that top 15 ever. So it's like do or break. Plus Martinez, he's a good solid guy in this division. Some nasty low kicks, and again, almost a 50-50 type of fight. I think we're gonna see some next level dog come out of Marcus McGee, so I'm excited for that one. Okay, this is crazy. Where do we put John Jones and Stipe now? Like, realistically, I can't sugarcoat it. It's a bad fight. It's a bad fight. Am I excited for it? Not one bit. I don't know many people who are excited for this fight. Like, look on Twitter, look on YouTube comment sections on the UFC page. You don't see many people hyped up for this card. You don't see many people even hyped up for that main event either. And yeah, I think looking at every single title shot, title defense, title fight in general this year, it's up there for one of the worst title defenses, title fights this year. I'm putting it at bad, and I think justifiably so. It's bad. Let's keep moving on. This is probably even worse. I'm going to switch it out now. So now we have Marcin Tybura taking on Joanna Diniz. I think this is like a short-ish replacement. I forget who was supposed to be fighting Marcin Tybura. It is what it is. Diniz was supposed to be fighting Derek Lewis. I said this all in my breakdown video, but Derek Lewis and Marcin Tybura couldn't be any farther than the complete opposite of each other. Tybura wanting to get to the ground, not really that dangerous on the feet, where Derek Lewis the complete opposite. So Diniz was training for that. I don't know. I don't think until Diniz can do something impressive, I'm not gonna pick him to beat any ranked heavyweights. Like, look at the guys that Diniz has fought and beat. It's not that impressive. Yes, it's hard to do that in a heavyweight division when there's no good guys at heavyweight, but regardless, I have this at the worst fight right now. Let's keep moving down. I think we're gonna bump this one up now because now we have Mickey Gall taking on Ramses, and to be honest, trash fight. Both of these guys low level, both of these guys garbage, both of these guys are fighting for their career, in my opinion. I think this is gonna be a very ugly, low level UFC fight, to be honest. But don't don't worry. There's a worse one on this card. There's worse on this card. Let's keep moving down, though. Another short notice fight. Ruffy taking on James Llontop. I think it's still going to be a fun fight. Llontop, you know, one of these guys who haven't been put out in the UFC just yet, but short notice, has terrible striking defense, and is fighting someone like Mauricio Ruffy. I don't see it ending good for this guy one bit. I think he's getting knocked out, to be honest. Plus, part of that Fighting Nerds, you know, a very OP team right now. I think this is gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna put it above Martinez as well. And to be honest, yeah, I'll put the best one right now. I think this is good. Let's go down. I think I'm gonna have to put this one at mid, only because this guy's way too injury prone. Nikia Krylov, Azmat Mirzakhanov. Nikia is just way too injury prone. To be honest, I don't know if he's going to be in the UFC much longer. I could see him retiring because of the amount of injuries he gets. And you know, it's hard to stay active when you're constantly injured. And because of that, I'm going to put it, you know, at mid. I am kind of looking forward to this fight, but I could just see it ending bad in an injury and just, you know, a waste of time, a waste of potential, and just a waste of getting your hopes up. So I have it there. Let's go down. Another mid fight, Veronica Hardy versus Edwarna Mora. I'm a fan of Veronica Hardy. I think she's like a top 15, you know, level. I think she could get to the top 15, but at the end of the day, it's women's MMA. It's hard to put them, you know, any higher than mid, but they'll go in mid for now. Moving down, who really cares? The fact that this is on the main card is crazy. I'm keeping that the worst fight, and it's probably the worst fight on this card. Keep going down. I'm not even going to name these girls because the amount of disrespect that the UFC is giving to the fan base by putting these guys as the featured fight of a pay-per-view. Not even just a pay-per-view, the Madison Square Garden pay-per-view. Despicable. That's what you get. Regardless, moving on, we got 4 more to go to. Brazil Hafez taking on Oban Elliott. I think this is going to be a good fight. Probably tail end of good, nothing special, nothing bad, but it's so sad putting these here because you have to think about this. This is a pay-per-view card, and looking at the screen right here, does anyone scream at you pay-per-view level? I mean, not really. To be honest, it's take out John Jones and Stipe. You scan through here, does this look pay-per-view level? You know, yes, I'm missing a few fights from that main card, but I don't know, very disappointing. I don't need to go on a whole nother crash out. I don't need to go on another rant, but let's keep going down. Another good fight. I'm gonna put this one as the best right now. Bo Nickal, Paul Craig. The only reason why is because I do think Bo Nickal, yes, he's extremely overrated, but I do think this fight versus Paul Craig is going to be a very, very good test for Bo Nickal. Like, to be honest, Paul Craig, yes, he might be like a laughing stock in this division. He is a very good test for Bo Nickal and could possibly even get it done. Do I think that's going to happen? No, this guy has a glass chin and he's been knocked out 5 months ago. So no, I don't think he's going to get it done, but I still think it's going to be a good test. It's better than the Val Woodburns and the other cans we've been feeding Bo Nickal, but good test for him. I'm excited for this fight. Let's go down. Do I put this one here, though? This is the question. Chris Weidman, Eryk Anders. I don't think I do. It's still a bad fight, but I don't think I put it in the worst. It's not the worst. I think it's the second worst, close to being the worst, but it's the tail end of bad. Like, you could easily put it here, but no. Eryk Anders, Chris Weidman, one of the worst fights on this card, mainly because Battle of the Unks here, you know. Again, I could see another double retirement in this fight, especially if Chris Weidman loses. If he loses, I hope he retires. Like, there's nothing else for him, you know. Hopefully he's not fighting just to fight, just to give himself more brain damage, just to give himself more CTE, just to get more money. I'm hoping, you know, this dude was champ. I'm hoping he's set for life and he doesn't need to fight anymore. Hopefully he was smart with his money, but nobody knows. Let's go down. You got to move down, buddy, because we got a new best fight. I don't even know if it deserves to be there, to be honest. Yes, it's a fun fight. And now, you know, I have this recorded ahead of time. Now there's rumors that, you know, Charles is out. I don't know. I'm very worried for this card. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if, you know, Charles is out, but this is what I have. I have Charles versus Chandler as the best and the 2 women in the main card as the worst. Let me know in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? You know, a lot of mid/bad fights on this fight card. Not fight card, this pay-per-view card, which is insane, but yeah, 309 so far. Definitely one of the worst fight cards of the year. And who knows, maybe in the next coming days when we watch the fights and, maybe they'll be better than what we think. But right now, am I excited? No. Am I disappointed? Heavily. Is a UFC trying to ruin their business? 100%. With that being said, guys, quickly look at this shit real quick, because 99% of you guys watch this shit for free, when all I ask is help your boy out get to 1,000 subscribers. Hit that like button and subscribe with those post notifications turned on so you never miss any of these rare videos. And yeah, guys, there's really not that much else left to say except for I will see you guys in my next video.